Hey guys, welcome you to the House of Iban, where all your dreams come true. Welcome back guys, we are back for another video here on my channel. If you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. Make sure to subscribe, like, and comment, share this video, and do not forget to click the link. Why do I always say link? It's not the link. The bell in the left or right corner of your screen to be notified when I drop new videos, which is every single week. If you are already a part of the channel, thanks for being here for another video. The previous video that I did on my channel, we discussed, what did we discuss? I think we discussed like the top albums of 2024. So if you haven't checked that video out, you can check it out right here. Yeah. And today's video, as you can see, we are talking about the most cuntiest, the most bad bitch group ever, okay? We are talking about Charmed, the Halliwell sisters, okay? And this show is like one of my most favorite supernatural TV shows ever to grace TV, cable network. I started watching this show like in early 2000s. Like I think 2 years they had already been out. I think they were like ending their second season and starting on their third season. And that's when I like started watching it. It was such a great show. And then the theme song, the rock of it all, love it, okay? Love it. And so that's what we're gonna get into today. So if you're ready, let's get into it. Witches in the entertainment realm have always had a varying portrayal when it came to them being on screen. They've been seen as wicked, all the way to being seen as quirky. Or is it quirky? Quirky? Quirky. Yeah. Girls always had like the traditional powers. They had levitation, they had telekinesis, but we cannot forget the magical spells that are quintessential in any witch-related TV series and or movie. Today, we'll be discussing how the Halliwell sisters were the original coven for the modern era, and how this show inspired so many other supernatural TV series. Charmed graced the cable TV, space on the WB channel on October 7th, 1998, just in time for Halloween. The show lasted for 4 seasons, spanning 7 whole years. The Charmed ones were full-on witches, juggling their personal lives, their work lives, demon hunting lives, all the while learning how to be better sisters to one another. Everything about this show intrigued me. I love the writing. I love the acting, even though sometimes it could be cringy. And of course, I love the love interest of the sisters. Like the men on this show, clock that tea, they were fab, okay? They were something to look at, to gawk at, okay? The Halliwell sisters consisted of Prue Halliwell, played by Shannon Doherty, Piper Halliwell, played by Holly Marie Combs, and Phoebe Halliwell, played by Alyssa Milano. The premise of the show is kind of what I've already mentioned. These 3 sisters are learning of the inheritance of their magical gifts. They're developing their special abilities while learning how to balance everything that they're juggling: work, personal lives, friendships, sisterhood, everything, okay? And each sister had special powers associated with their magical abilities. Whose magical abilities were telekinesis, possession, and astral projection. Piper had the ability to molecularly immobilize. She had molecular combustion and molecular acceleration, meaning she could just like literally blow up. She could pause it, blow it up, bring it back together, blow it up again, okay? And then Phoebe had the power of premonition, levitation, and psychic reflection. In season 1, episode 1, titled Something Wicca This Way Comes, we are shown a witch, Serena, praying to her altar, asking for protection. As she's praying, like the camera is in front of her, and the camera is like panning to different shots. So at one moment it's behind her, one moment it's in front of her, one moment it's off to the side. And as she's praying, there's a cloaked figure right behind her, slowly walking up towards her, towards the camera as well. After a while, she turns around and she is shocked, but it's come to the viewer's understanding that she knows her killer. She doesn't know that she's gonna be killed, but we know she's gonna be killed. And the killer drives a dagger right into her abdomen. And it's like, oh my God, Miss Grud, how did you not know? Like, it's giving very creepy. How did you not know that he was gonna do that? Somebody that just sneaked up on you. You didn't invite them in. They didn't say they were coming to visit. They just show up, and you're not. Like, you just asked for protection. You just did that, and there's no. We are then introduced to the first two Halliwell sisters, Prue and Piper, as they discuss Phoebe and how Prue believes she doesn't really have any path in life. Any path in life or any life in path. Any true path in life. During this moment, we are provided a glimpse into their like deep relationship and how it's very dysfunctional. Prue is the eldest, Piper is the middle daughter, and Phoebe is the youngest child. Now with these relationship dynamics, we can infer that Prue is like the stereotypical oldest sibling that kind of took on the second parental role of sorts. Me being the eldest child in my own family on both sides, my mother and my father's side, I'm the eldest on both sides. And so I already know how it can be frustrating for oldest children in a family to have to take on the role of a parent when you're still like 13, 14 years old. You're still a kid yourself. Even though you're a teen, you're still a kid. So I know the stress of that personally. Piper is the second oldest, like I mentioned, which means she is understanding of where Prue is coming from, but she still is giving grace to Phoebe. And Phoebe, like I said, is the wild child. She's the youngest, and she's the last to get any chastisement from a parent because they can do no wrong. But in all seriousness, the sisters' relationship is very strained even before we get 10 minutes into the show. Before we even get 10 minutes into the show, we are already seeing how their relationship is strained. The girls don't even like each other. They don't care for each other. They could literally not be in each other's lives and they would be a-okay. They wouldn't have a care in the world if one of the other sisters fell off the face of the earth. Fast forward, there are two detectives searching for the suspect that the first witch, Serena, that we previously just talked about. One of the detectives is called Detective Trudeau. He believes in witches and tries to convince his partner throughout this whole first season, Detective Morris, his partner, of witches being real. A reporter at the time does ask Detective Trudeau for any updates on the latest murder, as it's the third woman killed in the same way. So Serena is the third woman to be murdered the same way with a dagger in her abdomen. So we are moving back to another scene in the same episode where Piper and Prue, and Phoebe's on her way, right? Phoebe's on her way back home. Piper and Prue are in the home talking about Phoebe and talking about their day, talking about just everything that's been going on. But Piper did not tell Prue that Phoebe was on her way back home. Okay, Prue finds out that Piper has known of Phoebe's arrival because Phoebe has been in contact with Piper for about 2 weeks or so. And it's because Phoebe has lost her job and is in debt, and so she need to come back home, you know, somewhere she don't have to stress out while she's trying to get everything back together. So there's this very tense interaction between Phoebe and Piper as they are in the same room with one another since who knows when. Like, you can tell in this episode that they have not spoken to each other for a very, very, very long time. The viewer is made aware that Prue doesn't really hide it, but Prue doesn't really hide it well, but we can tell that she hates Phoebe. She really hates her because she believes that Phoebe slept with her boyfriend, and Phoebe states that she didn't, and this line right here gagged me a bit. I was like, that is a nasty read for it to be 1998. Like, that was a nasty read. Phoebe says, in response to Prue accusing her again of sleeping with her boyfriend, and Phoebe says, I know that's not what you want to hear because of that Armani wearing, Chardonnay slugging trust funder and what he told you. I was like, nasty read, sister. But yeah, Phoebe said that, and then they just went their separate ways and they were done. Later that night, they find the book of spells, all thanks to a Ouija board. And you, girl, I saw a video, side note, I saw a video last night on YouTube, and it had like a compilation of different people talking about Ouija boards and strange happenings happening after they used a Ouija board. And two of those videos were black people. And it's like, girl, you know, as black people, we believe in spirits. If we believe in the Holy Ghost, Jesus, God, the devil, if you believe in those concepts and they are spirits, that means other spirits are real as well. So why would you go and mess with a Ouija board? Phoebe reads an incantation on the book of spells describing the releasing of their powers. But to their knowledge, nothing has changed in that exact moment. And so Prue and Piper don't believe in this magic stuff, but Phoebe really does. So in this moment, you can really tell the dynamics of what each sister believes in, like who they are as people. Like Phoebe is more outgoing. She likes to try different things. She believes in all of the magical things that people talk about when it comes to witchcraft and just spirituality and things like that. And Prue and Piper, they don't F with that. They don't. We're introduced to Prue's former lover, Roger, who is her boss, that she gave a ring back to because he wanted to marry her, and she didn't really want to marry him because he's a jerk. Turns out he's a real pig who is leeching off of her at work because he is her boss in this museum that they both are employed at. That was a lie, girl. Piper is at work as an upcoming chef, ? Her supervisor is checking a recipe that he instructed her to create, but she didn't create it all that well within the time frame given, and he's going to taste it, but Piper is trying to tell him that she's not done with one step, but he is ignoring her, girl, ignoring her down. Okay, and she uses her time freezing power without her knowledge and freezes him, giving her time to like complete her dish, and he loves it after he is unfrozen. Phoebe has a premonition as she's riding her bike and tries to save two young men that are rollerblading. Prue goes to pick up Phoebe from the hospital, and they go to a bar to discuss the powers that they are experiencing right now. And Prue still doesn't believe that she has powers until she asks for some creamer, and there is a cup of creamer literally sliding across the bar to her, and she still has some doubt, even with that happening right before her eyes. Okay, come to find out, Piper's boy toy Jeremy, okay, is the warlock who killed Serena and those other two women in the beginning of the show, the episode. And he is stealing all of the witch's powers for himself. And Piper is fighting him in the elevator, and then they fight all together as sisters as the power of three and defeat him. Ending the episode, Detective Trudeau comes to the Halliwell's home to ask Prue on a date, but Prue does decline. However, she does ask for his number. Okay, still get the digits, sis, get the digits. Her sisters come out the house onto the front porch or towards the steps, and Phoebe is holding the same cat that Detective Trudeau was holding in Serena's home. Again, remember, Serena was the first witch in the episode that was killed. She had a white cat. Now Phoebe is holding a white cat because Detective Trudeau was holding a white cat as well early in the episode, and he gives like a little side eye like, that's that same cat I was holding. How you get it? The episode closes out with the sisters ready for fun and mayhem as Prue shuts the door, not using her hands, but with her telekinesis. Yes. This was such a well-written first episode for this type of show, especially it coming out in the late 90s, early 2000s. Like, when I was watching this whole episode over again, as well as the other episodes in this season, this first season, I think I'm on like episode 9 now, but rewatching episode 1, I picked up on so many other things that I don't remember at all. Like, it really gave like OG soap opera, like All My Children, General Hospital, like certain moments when they were filming, it really gave like OG soap opera Of course, the special effects were not what they are now when it comes to TV series, live action TV series, but they were good for what they were in the 90s, early 2000s. And that, I feel like that was like the starting point for supernatural TV series, like Charmed and other supernatural shows at that time, late 90s, early 2000s. Like Charmed was really like, in my opinion, Charmed was like the beginning of all of these other supernatural TV shows that were to come. And just being that focal point and starting point for, okay, let's have an explosion here, let's have these monsters here, let's have a changeling here. It was just like so cool to watch and what's the word? Like put myself back in the show. And like I said, the acting sometimes could be cheesy. Like, this was the early 2000s. Like, the girls, they were just trying to get a job, honey. Of course, they were just trying to get a job. This show was able to inspire other TV shows. And when I say inspire, I don't mean that the shows that came afterwards were like similar or replicas, but I mean they captured what was in the storytelling and in the design of the show, the flow of the show, and they took inspiration from Charmed. Charmed has specific elements that TV shows after 1998 and currently still utilize. Pop culture influence, main characters exemplifying specific character traits, and most of all, an addictive alternative rock theme song. Like, just get into the theme song. I am the sun and the air. Two things that I do want to talk about when it comes to this show. Two things that I really disliked. One, Phoebe being written as a young adult who doesn't have discernment. Like, I understand in moments of time when you're coming up as a late teenager in your early 20s, you're still learning how to trust people, how to build relationships, and how to have the right people in your life that will not use you but will benefit you. But girl, Phoebe was this way the entire 4 seasons. All 4 seasons, Phoebe was such a person that did not have any discernment and did not learn from past mistakes. Every season, Phoebe came across people in her life's path that did not have her best interests and did not really love her, either didn't really love her or wanted to use her own powers against her and take her powers and her sister's powers. She never learned from those mistakes, from trusting them and bringing those people into her inner circle. Mind you, the last season, the 4th season, she fell in love with a demon. She got married to said demon, and I think she almost had the demon's baby, or she did have his baby.
Oh my God. I can't.
Every season, Phoebe is growing, becoming older and older, and still is not learning from her past mistakes. Where's the personal growth here? There was none for Phoebe, in my opinion, until the last like 2-3 episodes when she just gave up on her love for the demon. It's like, I think his name was Balthazar. Mind you, the actor that played Balthazar was really fine. He was fine. But girl, where's the personal growth? Where is it? Where is it? And also, Piper was such a pushover, and they really did not give like Piper, they didn't write Piper as a person who stood up for herself until Prue left, until Shannon Doherty was fired from being on the show. And they fire her, the little T is, they fire her because Shannon and Alyssa had a little problem in the background, in the back of the scene. Okay, they were, I don't know what the tea was, but Shannon and Alyssa did not like each other. They had some type of beef. And so the 2nd season, I believe, Shannon was fired, let go, before the 3rd season came in. And then the third season, Rose McGowan was brought on as Paige. But yeah, they didn't really write Piper as the person who stood up for herself until Prue left. And so they had to write Piper as a person who stood up for herself because the energy that Prue as a character provided, and being like stern and confident and standing on business, they had to like substitute that energy with another character. And so Piper was the best character to put that energy into. And so she took the mantle where Prue left off because they killed Prue off, I believe. All in all, this show was such a good show, and I can't wait to get into season 2. It only gets better and better. If you haven't watched Charmed, you should get into it, okay? I don't know what you're waiting for. You should get into it, and you should also get into the remake of Charmed, which is on Netflix right now. I'm watching the original Charmed, the first 4 seasons of Charmed, on Amazon Prime Video, but the other Charmed series, the remake, is on Netflix, I believe, because that's where I watched it when it first came out. I think that came out last year, like the beginning of 2024, or that could have been the end of 2023. One of those years, yeah. But check it out. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about Charmed. If you watch Charmed, what other supernatural TV shows that you like to watch, whether that be True Blood, Evil, the actual TV show called Supernatural. Just let me know what other supernatural TV shows you guys are watching right now or have watched. What are your favorites? Let me know what you think about the characters in Charmed, Prue, Piper, Phoebe. Make sure to follow me, House of Yvonne, on every platform, Instagram, TikTok, here on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe and watch these videos here, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!